الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أفضل الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا وفقها في الدين يا رب العالمين وألحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. We continue inshallah on the topic of Hajj. And today, as it is from the days of Tashriq, one of the great rituals in Islam the Hajjis are doing right now is the pelting. Here قال الحافظ تقدم في الباب قبله في الحديث ابن عمر عن عمر الصحيح وإذا رمى الجمار لا يدري أحد ما له حتى يتوفاه الله عز وجل يوم القيامة. ولفظ البزار وأما رميك الجمار فلك بكل حصاة رميتها تكفير كبيرة من الموبقات. Subhanallah, this narration mentions that for every single pebble that is thrown at the shaitan, the three pillars that are there at Hajj, for every single pebble that is thrown, a person will be forgiven a major sin. Subhanallah. There's approximately 70 stones that is thrown over the 4 days. First day, the Jamratul Aqaba, the big shaitan. The second day, the third day, and the fourth day, 21, 21, 21. 7 each. Equals 70 pebbles. Now imagine 70 of your major sins are going to be forgiven at the time when you're in Hajj. Here, there's an additional narration on this. عن عبادة بن الصامت وأما رميك الجمار قال الله عز وجل فلا تعلم نفس ما أخفي لهم من قرة أعين جزاء بما كانوا يعملون. No soul knows what delight of the eyes is kept hidden from them as recompense for what they used to do. So this ayah is reflecting on the throwing of the pebbles. The next narration we have, it is in Tabarani. All of these narrations are authentic. As we mentioned, this book is it's like an abridgment of the actual Targhib wa Tarhib, which he chooses only the authentic narrations. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما أن رجلا سأل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن رمي الجمار ما لنا فيه فسمعته يقول تجد ذلك عند ربك أحوج ما تكون إليه. Another riwayah فإنه مذخور لك عند ربك أحوج ما تكون إليه. Both of them very similar meaning, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the reward for pelting the shaitans is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the exact needs of his servant, and through each and every single pebble he will fulfill the needs of every single servant. So for each pebble, for the 70 pebbles that is thrown for a haji, inshallah 70 of his needs that Allah knows must be fulfilled for that haji, inshallah those 70 needs will be fulfilled. Just like 70 kabira sins, major sins will be forgiven of that haji. The next hadith we have on the authority of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, and it is reported in Sahih Ibn Khuzaymah and Hakim. عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما رفعه إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لما أتى إبراهيم خليل الله صلوات الله عليه وسلامه المناسك عرض له الشيطان عند جمرة العقبة فرماه ب7 حصيات حتى ساخ في الأرض ثم عرض له عند الجمرة الثانية فرماه ب7 حصيات حتى ساخ في الأرض ثم عرض له عند الجمرة الثالثة فرماه ب7 حصيات حتى ساخ في الأرض. قال ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما الشيطان ترجمون وملة أبيكم إبراهيم تتبعون. Here it gives us the purpose why we do the ritual in Hajj. of throwing at the Shaytans, the 3 pillars that is in representation of Shaytan. This is in replica of what Ibrahim alayhi salam done. These are the same places where Ibrahim alayhi salam, he met the Shaytan in these 3 places. So in each of these places he throwed the pebbles, and therefore this is the ritual that we do. This is the sunnah this is one of the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam, of casting the pebbles. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu says, cast pebbles at the devil and follow the creed of your father Ibrahim alayhi salam. This is also mentioned in Ibn Khuzaymah. وعنه, meaning Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا رميت الجمار كان لك نورا يوم القيامة رواه البزار. The person who throws these pebbles, it will come as a nur on the day of judgment for him. It will come as just like when we perform wudu, our limbs that is washed in the time of wudu will be glowing, will be shining. Likewise, here, these pebbles that you are throwing will be a great light for you in a physical form on the day of judgment, to help you, inshallah, cross the sirat, for example, crossing the bridge over Jahannam. Every single person, وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْضِيًّا. There is no person that can get into Jannah without passing this bridge. Subhanallah. وعن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه قال قلنا يا رسول الله هذه الجمار التي ترمى كل سنة فنحسب أنها تنقص قال ما تقبل منها رفعا ولولا ذلك لرأيتموها مثل الجبال رواه الطبراني في الأوسط والحاكم. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu, the same Sahabi that narrates the hadith of, anyone? Adhan. After Adhan, what dua do we make? Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma was-salati al-qa'imah, until the end of the dua. The same Sahabi, he narrates, قلنا يا رسول الله هذه الجمار التي ترمى كل سنة. These Shaytans that we pelt every single year, these 3 Shaytans, I think that these pebbles get taken away or something. They keep on decreasing. Where do they go? So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam replied, those pebbles which are accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are taken by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise it will be like jibal, like mountains. Subhanallah. Imagine how many million, 2.5 million, 3 million Hujjaj throwing the pebbles at these 3 Shaytans. How could it be possible? 3 million times 70 pebbles each. If it wasn't for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept, meaning take away those pebbles which are accepted, otherwise definitely it would have become the size of mountains right now. Allahu Akbar. So whatever is accepted, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away. Allahu Akbar. Then the next stage, after the pelting of Shaytans, what are the Hujjaj doing right now? They are, after pelting the 3 days on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and as well as 13th. 13th is Sunnah. If you want to do it, you can complete the 13th as well. You shave the head. Okay, shaving the head, this is at Mina. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال اللهم اغفر للمحلقين قالوا يا رسول الله وللمقصرين قال اللهم اغفر للمحلقين قالوا يا رسول الله وللمقصرين قال اللهم اغفر للمحلقين قالوا يا رسول الله وللمقصرين قال وللمقصرين رواه البخاري ومسلم وغيرهما. Abu Hurairah رضي الله عنه narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "O Allah, forgive those who shave their heads. Forgive those who shave their heads." This he repeated 3 times. This he repeated 3 times. Oh Allah, forgive those who shave their heads completely after Hajj. The Sahabi was repeating, what about the person who trims his hair? He said this 3 times. Again, this Sahabi said again, Walil muqassirin, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, muhalliqeen, for the one who shaved their heads. So Rasulullah gives dua for the person who shaves their heads 3 times. You get the dua of Rasulullah thrice. Whereas, then at the end, on the 4th time, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive those who trim. Meaning, his status is much less, 3 times lesser than 4 times lesser than the status of a person who shaves his head in Hajj. Allahu Akbar. And this hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim and many other books. So it is recommended that a person, highly recommended that a person shaves his head after Hajj because of the dua of Rasulullah of forgiveness for this person. Trimming, a person may trim for whatever reasons that he may have. Women, for example, they'll take, let's say, 1 inch off their hair. At the bottom of their hair, they'll take 1 inch off. Same thing with the man. If a person extremely, there are people, they love their hair too much maybe. Allahu Alam. They want to trim their hair, then at least 1 inch. Okay? 1 inch is more than enough, inshallah. We'll go into the next narration. And these are for the merits of Zamzam, the water of Zamzam. The water of Zamzam, there is no water on the face of the earth that is more beloved to Rasulullah and that is most pure water on the face of the earth, most blessed water, most spiritual water that you can find on the face of the earth. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, one of the Sahabis who was known for Tarkud Dunya, Zuhud, leaving all worldly pleasures, leaving all types of worldly pleasures. What he done before he embraced Islam, he came and because of the persecution that Muslims were going through in the initial stages of Islam, he was more or less hiding. He was more or less hiding. He came to Makkah and he heard there's a prophet. He came there and he lived off Zamzam water for a whole month. No food, 0 food. They call it water fasting, isn't it? Subhanallah. So he was on water fasting on Zamzam water for 1 whole month. He said, in fact, he gained weight after that 1 month. Because Zamzam water is for that which you drink. If you drink it for a certain intention, for a certain aim, for a certain goal, then that goal inshallah will be fulfilled. So here Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خير ماء على وجه الأرض. The best water on the face of the earth is ماء زمزم. فيه طعام الطعم. It is a food for those who take it as food. For those who want, meaning for those who are hungry, it will work as food for them. وشفاء السقم. And it is a cure for those who are ill. If you go, how many stories? Subhanallah, subhanallah. How many stories? Tumor, cancer patients. Go to Hajj, take non-stop Zamzam. And Zamzam is something which must be drunk to its fill. Only a munafiq, only a hypocrite cannot drink Zamzam to his absolute fill. When it comes to Zamzam water, there's no limits. You must drink as much as you can until the brim. Subhanallah. There's a narration that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam drank the Zamzam water standing. Whether you drink standing or sitting is not an issue. With normal water, of course, the sunnah is that we drink sitting down. Zamzam water is special. We want it to go through every single limb of our body, every single liver, kidney, everything. We want it to flush everything out. Subhanallah. With the blessed water of Zamzam. So therefore, with Zamzam, you may drink it standing or sitting, whichever you prefer. There's no restriction in sitting and drinking. And even when it comes to the sunnah, the general sunnah, some people go over the limits, okay, to say that it's completely prohibited. This is also an extreme position. It's not completely prohibited, but Rasulullah didn't like a person standing and drinking. That was the general case. That's why Uthman radiallahu anhu, when he made wudu, he intentionally drank the water standing after wudu, to show people that, look, this is not fard, this is not wajib, but it is the sunnah of Rasulullah to sit and drink. But he showed this. Why did he do this? To show people that it is permissible, but only in times when you need to do it. Okay? Generally, if there's, for example, in Hajj, in Umrah, sometimes when you go, it's extremely packed out. So many people. So many people, subhanallah. So at that time, if you can't drink sitting down, not a massive problem when you drink standing also. وعن أبي الطفيل عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال سمعته يقول كنا نسميه شباعة يعني زمزم وكنا نجدها نعم العون على العيال رواه الطبراني في الكبير. Here Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنه says, we used to call this water shaba'a. Shaba'a means it satiates hunger. When a person is hungry, his hunger is completely taken away. This is called shaba'a, and shaba'a is the ismul mubalagha, meaning it's in a form where all sorts of hunger will completely go away. Okay? وَكُنَّا نَجِدُهَا نِعْمَ الْعَوْنِ عَلَى الْعِيَالِ. We used to find this as a great aid, great assistance, great help for our families. Because back in those days, they used to suffer when it comes to food. So please don't waste food. Food is an extreme, great bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much food do we waste on a day-to-day basis? All of this we're going to be accountable for. Every single grain of rice, every single piece of bread, we are going to be accountable for. Be very careful to waste food. Make the food the amount of food that you require. That's it, khalas. If you're going to make 5, 6, 10 curries, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is our culture, unfortunately. Bad culture, very bad culture. This must be stopped. 5, 6, 7, 10 curries all go to waste. Majority of it goes to waste. Allahর কাছে কিভাবে আমরা সাক্ষী দিব? কিয়ামতের দিন যে তুই জিকাইবা অত সালাম রান্দা অত খাওয়া অত কিভাবে গিয়ে আমরা আল্লাহর কাছে খারাইম? সবটার লাগি আল্লাহ জিকাইবা আমরারে. For every single thing we will be questioned. We will be questioned. لا يسأل عما يفعلوا وهم يسألون. Allah will not be questioned for anything. You can't question Allah. Allah is the king of all kings. Who is he to be questioned? We will be the ones that will be questioned. Jazakumullahu khair. Barakallahu feekum. We'll stop here inshallah. We'll carry on the week after inshallah. One of the sheikhs will take the Jummu'ah for next week. I'm going abroad inshallah. Make dua for me as well. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.